Good morning, punters. Welcome to the Perth Turf Talk punters show preview of Ascot for Saturday the 10th of December 2011. On my left, Matt Reeby from Punta Bookmaking, special guest.
We've put in the switch today. Morning everyone.
Morning everybody. And what do you think of the meeting, Matt?
I don't think it's too bad actually. There's a great race later on with Machino, the Underworld, Romp to Fame, the Tenby Fry. I reckon that's a brilliant race.
It is a very good race, yeah. Yes. And the Country Challenge, I like seeing the Country Challenge because you get a mix of form lines from different areas, all in the metro area, and I think they're a good concept. I'd like to see more of them, a bit like the Winter Championship we used to have as well. I quite like those races.
Yeah, I like them too.
Shall we start?
We should. On to the 2-year-olds. What can you give us here?
The cleverly named Advantage Norman scratched last, about a week from the 2-year-old race, out of Everett. Did you get that deal or not? Did you get the reference there?
Chris Everett Lloyd?
Chris Everett Lloyd, Advantage, yeah. Norman, yeah.
Very good. Should we talk about their form? Or?
The form, perhaps, yes.
Top stuff. They had a mopser on this last start, and we're probably lucky it never got up because there was no money at all for Luke's luck. Drawn 9. What's it going to do here? It's going to go back again probably, but you'd think it'd be favourite. Yeah,
Keep Fat was a good one in the same race. It led. Oh no, it didn't lead. It must have sat third.
No, it sat 1 by 1, I think.
Oh,
and,
okay.
I thought it was a little bit ordinary after its trial, which I thought was fantastic.
Yes.
But it can probably come forward a bit. This Rebel Son for Darren McAuliffe trialled really well. Came from back in the field and gobbled them up. I thought that was quite impressive.
By Shepherd Son, good sire.
It's going to need some luck from 10 though.
They got 3 in the race, impressive.
Yep, they have, and they've all trialled well, I think, so good race to watch, I think. Yeah,
we can't give you any form pointers because we haven't done any form for 2-year-olds. But
so we'll move right along.
We'll move right along to race 2, shall we?
Race 2, the 1200, I won't give you the rating of the race because nobody really cares.
Excellent.
Impatient Times lobbed in front was ridden with some conviction to lead last start and returned to some of its old form, which wasn't bad form, its old form.
Yes.
I can't see anything else leading here again. What are your thoughts?
I had it leading, I had it quite hard to beat. I had a way you go going forward, maybe sitting outside it. Don't be surprised if Dino Mac tries to hold up if it jumped well, but this plays up in the barriers. Dino Mac, No Name City, also if it jumps well up to 1200 metres might figure, around.
I think it might over race, so probably go forward by default here. Yeah. No Name City. Good
race. I did the form and then the market came out. I couldn't believe how short the top two were. Terrific was under $3 to start with. Now 380 in Impatient Times was fairly short. I've got this quite wide, Matt, and don't look at my bloody form. I give quite a few a chance in this.
There's 2 I like that are really good value. Away You Go. I'm not sure why it's an $18 shot in this race. And a little bit like you, Crosswise. How on earth that's an $81 shot in this race?
100 to 1 they're bidding.
I will never know. It, like you said the other day, went really well second up last time. I think it got beat by Wolf Dreams.
Wolf Dreams in the, and another 2 strides and it gets up.
Yeah. 101 in this field, that's absolute madness.
And it's carrying 51 kilos in this race as well. Well weighted, third to changing lanes, beating the neck. Its form last campaign, wins this race on its best form, without a doubt.
And we know that Angela Smith, she didn't trial it. She doesn't have them fit first up, so it definitely was a trial first up. So I'd expect big improvement from it.
Certainly not a 100 to 1 shot.
It's a good look for your money at 100 to 1, I reckon.
And I'm actually giving Dino Mac some sort of chance as well. It's had a hard run last start and very good company in the Peters. Look, on its best form with a good run, not impossible either. I'm not saying it's in its best form, but certainly not without a chance. General confusion as well.
For me too, yeah.
And I do like the way you go. I even think Dance Works is some sort of hope as well. So, and D though, he's got bar shoes on, not impossible. A lot wider than Mark, I suggest.
Yeah.
Impatient Times, again, what tends to happen, big overcorrection you know, 40 to 1 one week or 30 to 1, and he comes up to his favourite
next week. Yeah,
has got a chance. His form hasn't been bad, but certainly it's an overcorrection based on the win last week, I think. Go wide, punters in that race.
All right.
With no liability.
I can't get that to work. You might have.
Matt's very patient with this computer, aren't you, Matt?
Race 3 is another 1200 metre race. It's a rated banding race, would you believe? What do you like here? There's a little bit of pace. I've got Lady Lavenham, Mavro Marta and Southern Comfort probably going forward.
Yes.
I think, you know, even though the drop back in distance, I think that Sky Magic is going to be perfectly suited in this race. Little query on coming back from the 14 to the 12.
Yes. I thought it'd be favourite, to be honest. Yeah. I thought it'd be favourite around with Mavro and Marta when the markets went up. I can't believe early on. We discussed early on last start at in town how short it was and how short it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
I quite like the horse. Massive overcorrection here with Mike on.
I don't like the horse at all. I just think it's a good Gero horse. It's run some decent races in the city, but is it worthy of being favourite in a race like this? Not a chance.
It is for me. I've got a legal favourite.
Excellent.
But nowhere near the price they're betting. I like Sky Magic. Mavro Marta has to be a chance. Versine's a big price.
Versine, $16 they're betting. Ran a good race in the Juggle Dawn last week. Only got beaten 3.
Some other surprises here. Silver Owned and drawn one last start winner. You know they're bet $51.
20. Oh, did they?
They bet $51.
Well, they're still betting 26. That's a silly price.
And Just on Time, the bottom weight, is not a $61 shot either.
Some silly hope.
Again, a bit Lady Lavin, I don't like the horse. Sorry, I've sacked this horse. Had too many chances last campaign, and I don't like it even if it led.
Forgive its first up run though. Completely forgive its first up run. But I agree with you.
Even on last campaign, don't like it. Pearlesque has been a suck horse, has a chance, but probably too short.
Yeah, had its chance for mine.
Sky Magic, I like it on a bit, but too short. Versine's a big price. Go wide again, punters. Throw in the shorties.
Race 4 is another 1200 metre event.
This is a 62-74 race for 3-year-olds and upwards, entice and geldings.
Now, I'd be interested to hear what you've got to say about this race.
Salsay is a speed horse.
Yes. They
keep going forward and then trying to choke it, not suited by choking it. The day it ran second to Beacon Away, it sat wide, then went to the breeze, and then went hard, and it just kept plugging away. It was a big run. When it led and beat Thunder Love, it had its own way in front and won well, but it still didn't go hard. And then last start, it just pulled in the breeze, and they didn't want to go forward, really.
You know what won't happen? Fishy will get this horse to settle. Whether he goes hard enough, I don't know, but
Correct.
It will settle a lot better for Fishy than it does for Ikanushi. So
even in the breeze here, it's very hard to beat.
It is hard to beat. It's the one to beat. The weight concerns me a little bit. What else do you give a chance?
I do like the horse. Race? You don't think I'm going to like, and that's Iconoclast.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought you liked the horse. I give it a chance. Milch, I think it's a chance. Copper Rain, first up for a new trainer, has ability and goes well fresh. And trialled pretty well too, I thought. Yes. What about Kim Coyne? Is this a chance of kicking up and leading? Maybe not leading, because it sort of was ridden quiet in the trial, but I'll give it a good chance. And that's actually found in now betting $14, $15 yesterday. So that's into $10 now, punters. So I thought there was some hope that Solsay would end up in the breeze outside Kim Coyne, and I did mark it down a little bit for that 58 in the breeze. You know they're going to get along okay, but if Kim Coyne hands up, then Solsay, I probably should have a bit shorter than what I've got. But you've got Classy Nugget as well, which can go forward, and it might even lead. And with Chloe aboard as well. And Party Crasher can jump well and go forward as well. Mr. Nikoski has been jumping well and been racing a bit keen, so there's plenty that can go forward. I think Solsay can sit in the breeze and still win anyway, but 270 no value. I think it's I've got it in the threes. What about Yuma Park? No, didn't like its trial. Nor me. $6 is massive unders here for this horse. Yeah, it's got ability, but it's had gaps between runs. It didn't trial that well. It's drawn wide. I just need to put it, keep an eye on it. I couldn't have it at the price. So there you go.
Race 5 is the Sir Ernest Steere Classic.
Oh.
Night War has been crushed early. They bet $4 apparently, into 280 best now. Waterman's Bay they bet $4.40 as well, and that's into $3 and $3.20. So they've had a go at the top two ones here.
Well, if I had seen the markets go up at those prices, those two horses, I wouldn't have had a bet. So I'm surprised they firmed in, and now, as a bookmaker, I'm quite happy that they're threes and the twos, because I'd ride them all day down the page.
I think you could be. I think at those prices you'd be laying those two, definitely. Born to Excel.
Born to Excel. You know I'm a fan of the horse. The form lines are strong. The Buster Bill form lines, the classic England form lines. The 14, the way it's been racing going forward to the breeze, it worries me going to 14. But if there can be enough pace on it and it can settle and get a camp, I think it's very, very hard to beat. It's a nice horse. They had it nominated for the Kingston Town Classic.
Now there's one we both like here.
Al Macino.
Are we going to tell everyone? You've just told them.
How can Al Macino be? They bet $10. I can't fathom Al Macino being $10. It did the work in that race in the Guineas. It shot clear and just peaked on the run. It stopped pretty quick, by the way, in the last 100 metres, but it was entitled to. Down in class, drawn well. I can't see possibly, with Night War first start over 14, how Al Macino could be this price.
I've got this horse equal favourite. I've got it whitish, but equal favourite. $9 they're still betting is massive value, provided the horse hasn't gone off and had enough.
Yep.
Any one of its runs has it close to favourite in this race,
yep.
I think.
Yep.
At the 14.
Look, you know my thoughts on Pure Heaven the way it was ridden last start. It's 50 to 1. If it was to lead or camp on a good pace, not impossible as well.
So answer me something. Pure Heaven wins first up leading, wins quite convincingly. Second up races in I think it was a black type race. Yep. Got beat under a length after leading.
Yep.
So they sit third defence, it pulls its head off, it runs 14 lengths last.
Champion fillies, yeah.
Runs last, beaten a mile. It jumps in front last start. They want to do anything but lead. It pulls its head off and fails miserably again.
Yep.
I don't get that.
I'm just thinking they think maybe the horses are query at the trip and they're trying to settle it. I don't know. Me, it makes no sense, but perhaps the owners and trainers know better.
So is there a chance here that they've
revert back to the leading?
Revert back to the leading, drawn one, 50 to 1.
I can't see why not. I can't see why I wouldn't lead. It takes a million blinkers on though. It goes hard anyway.
Stephen Parnham goes on. Brad Parnham goes off. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But certainly not a 50 to 1 shot, in my opinion. Exclusive Honour, $41. I mean, it's another horse that shouldn't be that long in this race, you know.
Now, there's going to be a stack of pace in this race. Taxamillion over-raced badly with no blinkers on last start.
And they've thrown them on.
And they've thrown them on, and yeah, I don't get that either.
Well, you'd expect that they won't be settling Taxamillion midfield.
It won't be settling, it'll be going hard. So
you think so? You think it'd be, yeah.
Waterman's Bay will be suited.
So look, I'm a bit. That race was run a bit funny. They didn't go hard in that race. Waterman's Bay covered them quite quickly, quite easily. The start before wasn't that impressive. The last campaign wasn't that impressive. So I'm not convinced of Waterman's Bay yet, which is why I think it's an overreaction to the price. Night War I liked last start. I didn't like the way it was ridden, but up to 14. And you know, can get keen, you know, to mine could be a risk as well. You know, Al Macino each way, or Born to Excel each way, other value for mine. Race
6 is the race you like, the Country Challenge Final.
Not a strong field, but I just like the mix of form lines coming together from different areas. I think it's great for racing that we had these sort of things.
Let's talk about King Point. Another one, jumped in front. Snagged it back all the way through the field. I think it got back to second or third last. Hopelessly blocked for a run. Why you would jump in front and then...
Well, he did get the fourth one out and one back.
He got the 1 by 1 for a while, but then he just kept dragging all the way back.
Yeah.
The horse should have almost won the race that day. It's run third last or something.
Quite an underrated galloper. It's won 6 from 15 and probably should have won more.
It's a nice horse. Grantham goes on. He'll be a lot more aggressive than Ryan Hill would, I would think. Chong Nancy has given him windburn 2 runs this campaign. I think it's the worthy favourite in this. Drawn 3, Jay Whiting. The other one I like is Soldier's Salute.
Yeah, they're the 3 for me too at this stage, without another form yet.
Didn't have a lot of luck at Albany behind Raucous Laughter, who had every mortal to beat it. Jared Sticks with this, drawn 4. They're the 3 I like. King Point, Soldier's Salute.
What about the Ace to 650 Flash Forward?
Yeah, big price, Flash Forward. I actually did the form on that and its runs have been okay. It's had every chance to win those races.
Alright. And good luck to Angel Smith with the horse that we leased for the bottom weight. Successful Spin, the well-named horse.
What an excellent name that is.
Anyway, good race, but I tend to agree with those same 3. Soldier's Salute, $10, good price. Punters each way, I think, as well.
Race 7 is a 1400 metre race. This is the race I like. I like this a lot. You've got some up and coming horses here. Romp to Fame, I'm a big fan of. The Underworld. You've got
Pin Rouge,
the Tembe Friar, and of course Machino, the one everyone's talking about. They've had a crack at this too, 4s into 3s already. Gonna need luck. I don't know, it's a horse they think they have to be cute with, and I don't think they need to be as cute with it. I think they could just rip it to the outside and let it go.
Yep. The 2 times they went before the corner though, it got beat and I think it missed a place on both occasions.
And that's probably...
They're frightened of that now.
Yeah, yeah. So they're looking for inside runs, saving ground, just whip it 10 wide on the turn and let it rip, I reckon.
Yeah, fair comment.
The Underworld, now this is a hard horse to ride. He's a little bit one-paced. He's a get-back horse, so you need to get moving at the right time and you need to get a suck into the race. If there's horses in front of you that are not going so well, you end up going wider and wider and wider, and he doesn't have to turn a foot. So he needs to be ridden perfectly, particularly at 1400, to get in this race. Yep. I haven't done the form, but he's going to find it tough, even with Pikey aboard.
Yeah.
The one I like here, well there's 2 I like. Romp to Fame, I'll give a big chance, $7. The Tembe Friar is just going to posse up perfectly here.
Why is the Tembe Friar $6.50 after starting favourite last 3 starts and being short?
Don't know. Machino, huge wraps. The Underworld, huge wraps. That's the only reason I can think. But I'm actually liking the other 2 that are around $6.50, $7. Don't really like anything else in the race.
I have got a watch on a horse here I've been following lately. Blinkers on, Rosie Rocket. This horse can't sit back, it's one batter. Sean Mears on, if it jumps okay and sits on the first 4, some chance, big price,
$31, yeah.
The Corporation we've sacked. Blinkers off after having blinkers on last. Good race, Romp to Fame, yeah, Romp to Fame and Tembe Friar look the day.
This is a great race. I'm really looking forward to it, even more so than the Steere.
Yeah, it's up and coming. It's good as the up and coming horses and see how they're going to compare. So looking forward to it also, and a few chances.
And on to the last is a staying event, 2200. Senor de Gama is very short here. Grantham goes on.
Yeah.
Grantham goes on. Carberry goes off. When it won about 3-4 starts ago, it was ridden aggressively. It took on the leader on the turn, and it broke through after a while. I thought they would keep riding it like that, but they've done anything but be aggressive with it. In fact, last start...
He went before the corner though last
Yeah, but Carberry dragged him back midfield, mid-race. And I actually asked Simon Miller about that, and he said that was due to the wind that day.
Was it?
That, yeah. So I think, particularly with Michael Grantham on, they'll ride it much more aggressively tomorrow. And I think it's got to be the favourite. I'm not sure if it should be that short. Volcanic Causeway.
Yes.
Last chance for me.
Yes.
Led and ran 154 something. You just can't do that with horses.
Funny thing was, you watched the race and they didn't appear to be going that slow, but they obviously were. But it needs to run along this horse.
He nearly had his head on the ground. He was he was going that slow in front.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
I agree.
Last chance before sack for life though. I think I've backed it to last 3 runs and done my money.
Galileo, the bottom weight, and he's having his 4th start in the race for Dan Morton. By Galileo, well bred, races on the pace.
Come Flirt with Me, significant riding change, Dyna to Whiting, must be a chance in this.
Dancing on the Wind.
Dancing on the Wind with P. Harvey.
Has Troy gone off it, Troy Tanner, or have they given him the flick?
Not sure, but the last horse that P. Harvey rode for Shane Edwards was what?
8 till late.
8 till late, 100 to 1, gets the money. He doesn't often ride for Edwards, but I think you'll find he's probably got a pretty good record.
Well, one thing you'll find here is that there's actually a fair few that can go forward in the staying race, which is quite unusual. You've got Smart Twister, Volcanic Causeway, Senor de Gama, Galileo, East Judgment Day. So, you know, there should be good pace here, which might change the way the race pans out compared to previous staying races with a lack of pace. So, just be careful of that, punters. Tessie Angels can improve as well. Disappointing first up.
What about the run of Dancing on the Wind? What was it, poorly ridden or?
I'd have to go back and watch the run. I think it loomed up like it was going to get past Senor de Gama, then peaked on the run, and then Senor de Gama sort of raced away from it again.
Did he get flushed out a bit early from memory? I can't remember.
He might have done.
Might have gone a little bit early, yeah.
To mine, he's still a query at the trip on his last run. Senor de Gama sort of had him covered and then raced away again. But again, if he was forced to do a bit of work, maybe you can forgive him for that. Okay,
very quickly, can we pin you down to a lay of the day?
Lay of the day? Well, it has to be early. Races I don't form on.
El Yon. I'm going to skip in before you do.
Okay.
El Yon's my lay of the day.
I'm not going to lay El Yon. I'm not going to lay El Yon. But I will lay Waterman's Bay and Night War.
A double knock.
In race 5.
And it's the standing promise that if one of those gets up, he will do the preview naked next week.
Maybe I'll just put one knock there, shall I? I think
it's a double. You're committed to a double knock.
No, double knock. Waterman's Bay and Night War. I think there's some horses on the way up. Born to Excel, and I think Al Machino, not a horse on the way up, but he's well suited.
And I think we both agree best each way, Al Machino.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Good luck, punters. See you out there.
Thanks, punters.